Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Big Akar Ahmed, and today we're going to be talking about the carnival. What carnival, you may ask? Well, there are many different celebrations, parades, carnivals that happen around the whole entire world. And this is the carnival that leads up to Ash Wednesday, that takes us into the 40 days of Lent, or the 40 days of fasting before Easter. Okay, so this is a very old practice within Christianity, that you would fast and pray and give up specific things like meat or sugar or whatever the case may be, as a fast, as a withdrawal, to connect yourself more away from the physical world. Similar to how Muslims do Ramadan and they don't eat and they don't drink. It is a way to purify your soul and to connect with God. So this is a time of year where Christians, right now, during this time when we're talking right now, should be fasting, should be engaging with separating themselves from any type of sin, should be, working less, should be focusing on their salvation more than the physical aspects of the world, the physicality, their worldly desires. So the one thing that irks me about this, right? It sounds amazing. It sounds great. Christians, they're fasting and they're praying and they give things up and they're disconnecting from their worldly desires. They're becoming more spiritual. I applaud this. I love this. This is something that I would do with you, right? Now, what bothers me is growing up my whole life living in the United States, I've always saw this New Orleans Mardi Gras festival, and I never knew what it was really about until recently, within the last couple of years. I realized that Mardi Gras translates to festival, okay? And it is a French word meaning festival. And Mardi Gras, every time I see clips of it, every time I look at it, it's people like just ripping their clothes off, naked, having sexual intercourse in the street, quite literally, throwing money, drinking, doing hard drugs. Even the people who are clothed during Mardi Gras are like pretty much not clothed. Like they're wearing like X's over their boobs, and like they're wearing these like feathers and devil horns, and it's all colors, and there's something about it that doesn't sit well with me, right? Especially when it's a pre-Lent, pre-Christian holiday parade. It's kind of like, hey, we're going to go sin as much as possible before we can't for 40 days. We're going to go drink as much as possible before we can't for 40 days. We're going to go eat and stuff our bodies as much as possible until we can for 40 days. We're going to go have sex like animals in the street because we're not going to be able to for 40 days. It's like an excuse to act like this vile animal, okay, before you strap down for 40 days. And what makes me sick are the people who go to these festivals aren't even performing the 40-day fast of Lent. They're not even giving anything up. They're not praying. They're just going to these festivals and they're making a fool and mockery out of a religion. It's like a pre-party festival. Let me sin, let me do all of this stuff, and then for the 40 days I'm going to be holy, but they are not actually holy. So this is a very big problem I've been seeing. And in Brazil, over the last year to this year, I've noticed some really odd things. It's not just in America, guys. And I was looking up, hey, where did this concept of festival come from? Surely Jesus didn't teach everyone to go out and party and shake their boobs and shake their ass, right? Surely Jesus did not teach these concepts, to do this and then do a 40-day fast. I'm pretty sure Jesus wasn't partying and Jesus wasn't fornicating in the street. This is blasphemy. This is pure blasphemy for you to even try and attach this festival or this ritual to Christianity or to Jesus or to fasting or to God is completely sickening to me at this point. It's sickening. What I am really aggravated about is, where are the Christians? Where is the Christian world? Guys, if you're watching this video, where are you? Where are you? They're throwing festivals with demons, dancing naked, having sex in the street in the name of Christianity. Lil Nas X is crucifying himself, dressing up as a transgender Jesus. Where are you? Do you guys not see what's happening? They're destroying your religion from the inside out, so the people who are within it no longer care. If they can go as far as hanging up Jesus and blasphemizing Jesus and blasphemizing God, in making people within the religion sin and commit adultery and commit fornication and commit all these things, and then just go, Jesus died for my sins, whatever. Do you not realize what they're doing? Wake up. I know you're a good-hearted Christian. Wake up. I know Jesus told you love thy neighbor, but I see more Christians debating Christians and hating Christians, and I see more Christians hating Muslims, and I see more Christians hating these other people and debating them and arguing with them to defend that their faith is right. But then when they see Christians creating these big devil floats, they don't talk against it. I'm sorry. Let me just not get too emotional here. I am upset from a humanity standpoint, from being a Muslim, for loving Jesus, for loving Mother Mary, for growing up with half of my family being Christian, having Christian cousins, grandparents. You don't understand that when I see the world going the way it is, and I see Jesus being mocked, and I see Mother Mary being mocked, and I see the religion of Christianity being mocked, and I see nobody within the religion of Christianity have any knowledge, they don't open their Bible. When was the last time any of you guys under the age of 25 opened this book? You didn't. You never will. Because you're being trapped and tricked by this cultural society. Instead of opening the Bible, go party at the festival. Instead of opening the Bible, go drink and have fun and then repent about it after. Go to church. You don't need to read the Bible. Just go to church and listen to what the pastor has to say. You guys, wake up. It's time for action. There's a quote from the Imam Ali I really love. And I don't want to scrutinize it or mess it up or misquote it. But it goes a little something like this. Today is the day of action, and tomorrow is the day of reckoning. Tomorrow is the day of reckoning, where you will have no more time for action. Meaning, act now. Because once you die and it's time for judgment, it's time for the reckoning of the earth, of all creatures, you will have no more time to act. Right now is your time window to act. You don't have time to party and let people mock Jesus and drink and be a drunken. You don't have time for this. Your time is now. And when that time is over, when you leave the body God blessed you with, you don't have the opportunity to come back. So be very, very, very careful with your salvation here on earth. I'm upset because I see all of mankind. I see humanity falling into this trap. The devil is everywhere. He wants Christians against Christians, Muslims against Muslims, Christians against Muslims, blacks versus whites, Democrat, Republican, left versus right, Jewish versus Palestinian. In any way he can divide people and get them to bicker and argue, he's going to. That's his job. People are dumb enough to not understand that we're all humans, we're all souls, and we all want the same thing. Salvation. So why are we throwing it away by attacking each other? I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of these clips here. I know that I've just gone off for the last 9 minutes, but it's very, very important to me. I'm getting very, very, how do I say this? The more that I've been doing extensive research that you guys cannot see, and I cannot wait to share a lot of these things with you guys. Extensive research into the music industry, extensive research into the psychology of the human mind, extensive research into Islam, into Christianity, into Judaism, into Hinduism. You guys have to understand how much you realize the world around you is fake. It's fabricated. It's all a lie. It's all a smokescreen. It's all a big movie. that they're hiding all the truth. They're hiding all of the information. Everything's fake. Everything's fake. Your money's fake. Your education's fake. Your religion at this point is controlled and fake. Islam, Christianity, it's all controlled. It's fake. They're hiding the truth within their religion. The best way the devil is going to deceive you is to hide the truth in plain sight with the deception. If someone's going to come like the Antichrist, a false prophet, or like we call him in Islam, the Dajjal, which means deceiver. If someone's going to come and deceive the whole entire world, he needs to set the playing field to be deceived. How do you deceive someone? You tell them the truth and you tell them falsehood, and you merge them together so they can't tell the difference between what's a lie and what's true. That is deception. So they trust everything you say. Be very careful, guys. Be very careful in today's day and age on what is happening, what you're allowing into your eyes, what you are allowing into your ears, what you are allowing into your mouth. Your senses, your tastes, it burns things into your brain. Your brain is a computer. Be very careful what you infect your brain with. Give it something positive. Let's go ahead and take a look at the clips here from last year's carnival, as well as I want to look at a specific float in this year's carnival. But right before I start, let me look this up right here. Let me look up how did carnivals start pre-Lent. It was spread of the French, Spanish who brought it, and they settled Dominican, Haiti, and Republican Islands. Freedom of celebration, festival origin, Italian Catholics. Yeah, but where did it come from before this? Where'd the Catholics get it from? Pre-Lent festival origin. Traced to the medieval Latin Carmen lavar and carne lavum, which means to take away or remove meat. Yeah, but what does that have to do with what's happening at these carnivals, with all these floats, with all these idols that they build, then you dance around, like legitimately naked? Like, this has to have some type of Greek pagan roots to it, or it wouldn't have made it into Christianity. Like, Jesus did not tell you to run around with your boobs out and to drink and intoxicate yourself and have sex and fornicate the day before you're supposed to fast and become holy for 40 days. You're supposed to be holy all year. But, like, how do you choose that this day is the day that you're just going to F off? You know?
The yearly carnival in Brazil just happened, and if you remember my video from last year, it was probably the most demonic and blasphemous thing you have ever seen. People who saw that video couldn't even believe their own eyes. I mean, the floats, Jesus being dragged on the floor, demons elevating from graves, I mean, the list goes on. And this year, it was a lot of the same. Something that I noticed this year is that it was very hard to find footage of the actual carnival. I spent hours watching live streams on YouTube and compiled all of the clips that I could find. Now, I'm sure a lot of these floats represent cultural traditions, but some of these things just went too far, like Jesus Christ being tripped up and tossed around by people in devil horns, a float that literally looks like an Illuminati float, and I have no idea what this is, but if anyone has an idea, please let me know. One thing I did notice is that there were snakes and serpent on like every other float, but it wasn't as bad as last year. Maybe the flood that they got the weekend after made them want to tone things down a little bit.
So, I mean, if you have two eyes, it's clear as day. What does this have to do with a pre-Lent or pre-40-day fast for Easter, for the resurrection of Jesus? What does this have to do with Jesus? What does this have to do with Lent? What does this have to do with fasting? What does this have to do with praying? Is this what we believe as human beings? Not as Christians. This is what we believe as human beings, really? Do we believe that we get to just go and commit as much sin as possible? Let me just go kill 20 people and have sex with 20 people and drink and do drugs for one day. And then for 40 days, I'll fast it all the way. It can never happen. What is that? There's one float in specific that I noticed that I want to talk about here. And I've muted the video. And before I go anywhere, please, guys, this gentleman right here, props to him. I've been doing an in-depth dive and documentary on the music industry and how satanic it is. I have been extracting music videos frame by frame. If you knew what this took, hours and hours of work, my eyes, to the point at the end of my days sometimes, my eyes literally feel like they're bleeding. Understand that without doing extensive research and diving into the subject, I'm not going to be able to prove to you that these conspiracies are true. But they are, and the proof is all there. Now, the gentleman that posted this video, you won't believe me, go subscribe to him right now. Right now. Not everything that he posts is like, oh, and some of it you're going to look at it and be like, oh, this is BS. But I've never seen a channel who blatantly shows you evidences and proofs in a short form content the way this man does as fast as he does. Like, the information he gives you and shows you, it really opens your mind to a lot of different things. Like, it makes a lot of sense. So go ahead and check this man out. I'm going to link him down below in the description, and I'll link the original video as well down in the description. But please check this guy out. Like, I love this dude's videos. Like, I love this dude's videos. He's not my source of information, but I love watching his videos. It's awesome. He really, really opens up a lot of thinking processes. So before we end the video right here, I just want to show you this float real quick. I need to be very careful because there's nudity in this. The people that are on the float actually are not wearing tops, and their boobs are out. And they kind of just bounce around with them. So I'm not going to get to that part, hopefully. But as we can see, here's the float. And as you can see, the float has these hands that are holding it together. Kind of like demon hands, as you can see. And those demon hands are right here. You see where my mouse is? Right here. And there's another one right here. As you can see, it's kind of like holding everything in the float together. It's like holding the float, this demon, from underneath the ground almost. Like, it looks like it's coming out of the ground and it's grabbing this float. And right now they're attaching a mechanism to it, which is snakes and like a bird that's going to fly over top of it. So I'll kind of show you as it moves up. As you can see, like, the eyes are glowing red, and the horses, and it does not look very appealing to the human eye, does it? And these are your demon hands that are holding it together, right? They pull it up, and here are your people and their masks. These ones have tops on. Thank God. I found an interest in this float because it continues to grow in craziness, actually. So there's the big bird that they attached to it. There's the serpents and the snakes that they've attached to it. And, yeah, I'm not going to go any further just so we don't have to see nudity here. And someone's boobies come out. But you guys get the point. This has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. This has nothing to do with Christianity. As the country of Brazil, as one of the largest Christian populations on the planet and one of the most known Christian countries, what is this? You guys literally have the statue, like one of the most famous statues of Jesus on the planet. You have that statue within your city of Rio. And in the same city, you're doing this. You guys, as much as I want to defend people, I can't with this. What is this? Remove your Jesus statue because you're godless. First off, a Jesus statue is blasphemous anyways. Why are you creating a statue of Jesus? We don't worship statues. Every prophet through history destroyed statues. Every prophet through history told you, don't worship idols. and we worship music artists, and we worship companies, and we worship sports teams and sports players, and we worship, we worship things like this, like these festivals and these floats and these demons and these parties. That's what we worship. This is what we spend all our time on. Building a statue of Jesus or pretending you care, it's not enough. You actually have to do. Today is the day of action. Tomorrow is the day of reckoning. Tomorrow is the day of reckoning, and you will have no more time for action. So act now. Don't act ill. Act godly. Spread the good word of Jesus Christ. Spread the word of the Holy Quran. Obey your commandments. Live the way our prophets, peace be upon every single one of them, from Adam to Noah to Abraham to Moses to Jesus to the Prophet Muhammad, all in succession. Peace be upon every single one of them. Let's live like them. They wouldn't do any of this. So please, 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 as a human collective, I am not here to tell you Christianity is bad and wrong, Islam is bad and wrong, and Judaism is bad and wrong. I'm here to tell you that we're all people. And we all got prophets. From all of our bloodlines, from all of our lineages, God sent prophets to lead us, to take us to the straight path. And this is what we do. This is what we do. I don't need to get into the basic fundamentals, not even the basics, of what Christianity is, what Islam is, and what Judaism is to know all of this is wrong. I don't even need to study the religions to know all of this is wrong, guys. It's common sense. You got a brain. Thank you guys for coming in today. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope to God that I'm not the only person that continues to talk about these things. That I hope to God, maybe I've inspired one of you, two of you, to go yourself and speak out about this. Especially as a Christian, if you are a Christian, you need to speak out about this. These things, enough is enough. If you let it go any further, no one's going to care anymore. You're going to get away with whatever you want. It's coming to the point where AI is here. You can create whatever digital images you want. You think this is blasphemy? Wait until someone can type in whatever they want. Guys, be very careful. Speak out against this and stop Satan from his fucking evil plan to attack the world. What is this? God bless you all. I love you. Thank you for coming in today. Peace and blessings. And free Palestine, baby. Bye-bye.